Hey, I'm Charlie Smith.
And I'm Eddie Rahx, and you're watching Sweet Daddy's Monster Jam.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I am Charlie Sweet Daddy Smith.
And I am Ed Monster Eddie Rahx, and you are watching Sweet Daddy's Monster Jam. This Friday, we want to begin by talking about the tragic events that happened in Orlando, Florida this last Sunday. Now, we just want to extend our condolences to the family and friends of those who were lost in the tragic shooting and this terrorist attack. So, I ask that you keep all of these people in prayer. And if you can, donate blood to the Red Cross. This is always a good time to remember that you can help in these events by giving blood. So please donate blood at a Red Cross center near you. Now this week we are taking a look at a great musician, Charlie. I mean, was he awesome?
Man, he is unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable. His name is Greg Williams, and I just met him for the first time. Charlie got to interview him on River Street with our friend Will Griffiths in tow. Will was operating one of the cameras, and it was a really good time. But you know what we learned about Greg Williams? Is he's a humble man, Charlie.
He sure is, Eddie. I tell you what, I've met a lot of musicians in my life, man, and I tell you what, he past the music, past the songwriting, he is just one heck of a laid-back man. I have so much respect for this guy.
Yeah, he was so down to earth and really good to share as much as he could about the music and about where he is playing right now. Now we know he's playing June 17th at, that is today in fact. Greg will be playing at the Warehouse here in Savannah and also at the Sunbury Crab Company. Don't miss these shows. Greg is very entertaining. He's an awesome musician. But before we get to Greg's interview, let's hear some of his bio.
Greg Williams is a singer-songwriter from the United States who has shared the stage with a number of fantastic artists, including Sean Mullins, John Mayer, Warren Zevon, Derek Trucks, and Peter Case. Blues, folk, rock, and country elements are all part of Greg's influences. Songwriting is first and foremost. He is signed to a publishing licensing deal with BMG Chrysalis and has placements in many films and TV projects. Williams has also toured nationally and currently resides in Savannah, Georgia. Hey, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Charlie Smith, and this is Greg Williams sitting along beside me. We're down here on the beautiful River Street right here at Rosakas Plaza, and it's a pleasure and honor to get a chance to interview my friend Greg. Greg, how long have you been playing music, man?
All my life, since I was 9, started on guitar, play a bunch of other instruments too, but guitar is my main songwriting thing. So, long time.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of ours, Chris Stubbs, last night, man, and he told me, he said, this guy, he is a phenomenal songwriter, man, and he was just lifting you up, man, so it is such a pleasure to be doing this with you, bro. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, you got it, brother. Hey, so tell me a little bit about yourself and about your music. What do you enjoy?
Blues, rock, jazz, country. I love good songs. I spent a lot of time down in St. Croix. I spent time in D.C.
Oh, wow.
A whole lot of time in L.A. But it just starts with a feeling and how well you can communicate, how good it makes you feel, and that is something that carries over into the audience. Is if you feel good about it, you can make them feel good.
Right on, man. I love that, dude. That is awesome. So how long have you been playing? Did I ask you?
It's about 30 years.
30 years? Wow, man. Well, a lot of people are going to ask me, when they see this interview, they're going to want to know where to get your music at. So what do they need to do?
You can always find information about my previous 6 recordings or about new recordings if you go to my Facebook page, which is Greg Williams Songwriter at facebook.com. I've got 6 albums out. Some of those songs have been in film and TV. I'm signed to BMG Chrysalis.
Yeah,
we both can do that.
Yeah, man. I'm digging it, totally. Well, where are you going to play out next? When's your next show?
Next show would be, I think, June 16th at the Bayou Cafe.
Awesome, man. I'll be there.
Eric Moore and Paul Cooper. It's a band show.
So, Greg, who have you shared the stage with?
I can't even remember everybody, to tell you the truth. I wish I could, but a lot of platinum sellers. John Mayer, Big Bill Morganfield, which is Muddy Waters' son. Sean Mullins, Hootie and the Blowfish, Hall & Oates.
So you've been around for a minute and been around a lot of people, man. That's pretty awesome, man. That's got to be interesting. What about your original music?
I'm signed to BMG Chrysalis, which is a pretty large publishing house, and they've helped me get some songs in film and television internationally. But I've been on and off the road since I was a kid, playing original music and cover music. I love the blues, I love real music. I love people with real feeling, real heart, and that's across the board. That's all styles of music, I still think Hank Williams is the greatest songwriter that ever lived.
How did they get in touch with you for bookings?
Best way is to go through my Facebook page, which is, like I said earlier, Greg Williams Songwriter at Facebook.com.
Okay.
And everybody, I do acoustic shows, band shows, duo shows. I play all over the country.
Man, I tell you what, that's awesome. And I tell you, I cannot wait to see you play, man. I will be at your next show, and hopefully you'll let us do a little live clips for you, man.
Oh, I wish you would have been at the show at the Tybee Theater. That's one of the nicest places. And they're having so many great shows out there. Jason Bibles played out there. I mean, just a bunch of great songwriters have played out there. And it was a writer. The Savannah Songwriter Series does the first Sunday of every month out there. So they get people from all over the country, and they come in and they sit down and share their songs with everybody in the round.
So Greg, you told me you've been playing since you were 9 years old, man. How did you get to sneak into clubs, man?
Well, I didn't sneak in when I was 9. I said I started playing then. It was 16 or so, but I've always been, just like my daughter, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and we're both super tall. We're just big guys, big lummox guys. But really, I was always encouraged by some of the best in the area at the time. Howard Jobe was one of the first singers I saw with the JoJo Band, and I thought he was just amazing. Gordon Perry was one of those guys, and they were always very encouraging. They were, I looked up to those guys. Roy McComas, I mean, he's not with us anymore. And then later on, through playing, there were some guys that I wanted to spend more time with that I didn't get a chance to because everybody's also working,
Right on.
But I'd like to actually give a shout out to some of the guys that aren't here anymore. There's, Buddy Corns is a guy that's a really great guitar player. We all miss Buddy a lot. Ricky Nicholson. There's too many to even get into, really.
Big Chief.
But oh man,
that was my boy.
He was my brother, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
Just an amazing entertainer. I learned a lot from those guys. Those guys didn't push as hard as I have for their own songs, although their own songs were great. They were entertainment first. They played anything. Chief probably played more than 600 songs. At this point, I know a lot of songs by a lot of people, but like I say, I play the songs I wrote and the songs I wish I wrote. And that's how I get over doing it,
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, it's been a pleasure with you on this interview, man. And I would love if you could make it happen one day that you and I could jam together before we get too old and have to retire, man. I would love to jam with you, man.
Never too old, man. They roll us out in a chair, just like they did BB when he came to town.
That's it, man. Peace and love, brother. Thank you
Same
so
to
much,
you.
man. Yes.
Well, that was great. Thanks again for an awesome interview, Charlie. That was really, really good.
Thank you, Eddie.
Hey, you're getting better and better every week. And what a beautiful place to film River Street. I tell you, we hope to get downtown more often.
What a beautiful place.
Beautiful, beautiful. But not next week. We're headed for Bacon Park, where we're going to catch up with some old friends, the Grizzly Browning and Company. Now, these guys are a local garage band, and they're old friends of yours, Charlie, right?
Yeah, grew up together since teenage in high school. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I know Danny Grisette for a while now, and there's actually a Hawaiian in the band. Can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
So tune in next week when we will kick the bobo.
About your